All right, so welcome to your writing mini lesson. I got it fixed. I recorded it in a different way so that you were able to see it for today. So I'm sorry that wasn't up, but I have it ready for you now. And what I'm going to do in this mini lesson is show you how to use ABC Storymaker, and I will include that as a choice for how to do your writing assignment in case you don't have paper at home that's lined the way that you're used to, or you would rather type it. I will link that as a choice. So I'm going to do mine on ABC because that's also an easy way for me to show you my writing. Okay, so for today for writing, yesterday we talked about weather forecasters and the weather. And if you've done the science activity, you got to see the 4 parts of the weather you can talk about are what's in the sky. So is it sunny? Is it cloudy? You can talk about the temperature. You look at what people are wearing. Is it cold? Is it warm? You can look at if it's windy or not. And then you can also look at if it's rainy, snowy, or dry. So whatever's coming down. So we're going to kind of talk about that. You are going to write a weather forecast. And so you're going to have the rest of this week to do that. And the first part of it that you're going to do is you are going to write out the forecast, okay? And I want 4 sentences. That's what we normally do. 4 sentences, and it would be good if you could have a greeting at the beginning, 2 middle sentences telling you about weather, and 1 conclusion sentence. We always try to have a beginning, a middle, and an end when we write. However, if you feel like you can write more, I would love to have 6 sentences, a greeting, 4 statements about the weather, okay, and I'll outline those for you, and 1 conclusion sentence. If you don't feel like you can do that, do 4 sentences. It's up to you. Okay, so when you use this Storymaker on ABCI, you're going to click on play, and first it's going to show you a paper where you can do a picture, but we are not going to do a picture today. So first you can enter your name. So my name's actually Miss Jackson now, but I'm going to go ahead and do Miss Hyatt for now. And this is going to start with your drawing paper, and you are more than welcome to do the drawing, or you can see if I can find it. Okay, there we go. So I pushed on this plus page and it gave me my writing paper. So we're going to start with our writing, and then you can always go back and do your drawing. Okay, so you're going to start, and you might need to do a rough draft and go back and edit, and that's okay. But we're going to start with a greeting. So think about if you are going to be doing your weather forecast. And remember, we talked a little bit yesterday about whether weather forecasts entertain people, persuade people to do something, or inform them. Okay, and I told you to think about it, and the answer is they inform them. It lets people know what the weather is. It's not trying to persuade them what to do. It's just trying to tell them what the weather actually is. Okay, so we are going to write one for today. And today it was a little bit cold outside, but not rainy. So we're going to start with today I will tell you about the weather. Okay, now notice I started with an uppercase letter. I put a space between every single one of my words, and I had a period at the end. And it tells you what my information is going to be about so that you know. Okay, today I will tell you about the weather. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is what was up in the sky. Well, it wasn't sunny out today. It was cloudy. So mine is going to say it was cloudy. Okay, and my second sentence is going to tell us about the temperature. Okay, so it was cold. I'm going to say enough to wear a jacket, because that tells you a little bit more, because cold could be, chilly enough to wear a jacket, or we know cold could mean coats and hats and gloves. So it's good to add a little bit of a detail there. It was cold enough to wear a jacket. And then we're going to say, so we said what's in the sky. We said the temperature, which relates to our clothes. The third thing we're going to say is windy. Okay, so it was windy today, and you can tell if it's windy by looking at, the flag, if you have a flag nearby your house, or looking at the trees or the grass to see if it's blowing. So I'm going to say the trees, or I'm going to say the leaves, actually. The leaves were blowing in the wind. Okay, so that's not just saying it was cloudy, it was cold, it was windy, but trying to, mix up my sentences. We've talked about that. You don't want all of your sentences to sound the same. You want them to be a little bit different. So the leaves are blowing in the wind. My last sentence is going to be, was it rainy? Was it snowy? Or was it dry? And I'm going to say today it was dry. Okay, and then at the end, I'm going to say that is the weather forecast for sometimes if you spell a word wrong, I wanted to show you, it's going to put a red line underneath it like that, and then you can go back and edit it. Forecast for, and I'm going to say March 31st, comma, and the year is 2020, period. Okay, now here's some things I need to tell you. Your weather forecast does not have to look just like mine. Okay, everybody's weather forecast and writing is going to be different. I want you to be creative and do your best job. It doesn't have to look just like mine. Okay, but this will just give you a good example of how you could write an informational weather forecast to tell someone about the weather for the day. Now, the second part of this assignment is I want you to have someone in your family videotape you giving the weather forecast. Okay, after you write it, I want them to film you delivering it like you are really a weatherman. Okay, so now you can get as creative with this as you want. If you have a microphone you want to use, if you want to have on an outfit that you think, if you have a map in front of your house you want to stand in front of, or it can just be you in your living room reading your paper to me, however you want to deliver it. But I want to see you acting like your weatherman, giving us your weather forecast and delivering it. Okay, reading it back to me. Does that sound good? All right, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and feel free to send me pictures of this on Storyline Online or of the one that you did. Okay, and you can also, when you're done, let's see if I can show you. You can, that's my title. Oh, that's one. Or word pages. Nope, that's just the color. Well, I'm not sure how to get back to the drawing. That's how to add a second page if you need more. Okay. Oh, here we go. So then it shows it to you. Okay. That's your whole piece. But you want to go back up to the writing. So that's how we do it. Click on it down here. This gets you to your writing page. This gets you to your drawing page. And if you want to see your whole thing to send a picture of it to me all together, you can. All right, you can actually save it and print it as well if you wanted to. You can even save it and email it to me, or you can just have your parents take a picture of it. But you can go back up to the drawing page and then draw a picture of the weather. You know what I mean? Play around with some of these things. Like if you wanted to show me the clouds in the sky, you know what I mean? You could get on here and you could paint the clouds in the sky, right? Oh. See, and you got to kind of play around with it to figure out how to do it. So, all right. So I'm excited to see and read your weather forecasts. Okay?